Hello everyone, in this video we're going to talk about how to write the standard equation of a circle. So as we can see on the screen right here, we have two circles. The circle on the left is centered at the origin, and the circle on the right, the center is not at the origin. Okay, so let's think about the equation of a circle in terms of the Pythagorean theorem. So if my black point here is my center of my circle, and my white point here is just a point on the circle, we could draw ourselves a right triangle just like this. So now once we draw this right triangle, we can give these lengths some names. So we know this is the radius. The hypotenuse of the triangle would be the radius. And our movement to the right, we could just label that as x, and our movement to the to up would be y, because our point here would just be, you know, x comma y, whatever it is. And so now if we just use the Pythagorean theorem, we could write that as x squared plus y squared equals r squared. Okay, and so that is our equation of a circle that is centered at the origin. Okay, so it's going to start off with x squared plus y squared, and then it's going to be equal to whatever the radius is, and we're going to square that. Okay, but now on the right side, the center of our circle is no longer at the origin. So we can still draw our circle in here, but now let's say that our center is now located at h comma k, because h and k we use in algebra to denote a horizontal translation h and a vertical translation k. So now let's draw this same right triangle in here, but now this time, let's think about what our distances would be. So we have this right triangle here. So our distance to the right now is not going to be x, it's going to be x minus h, whatever our x coordinate of our center is. And kind of the same thing for y, or for our vertical segment, it would be y minus k. So now we can use, this is still r, we can use now the Pythagorean theorem to write our standard equation of a circle. So we're going to say x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared is equal to our radius squared. Okay, and so this is our standard equation of a circle. And generally speaking, that's what you're going to see, and that's what we're going to refer to. And over here on the left, this is just simply when the center of our circle is at the origin, because that would be when h and k are both 0. So x minus 0 is x, so x squared. Y minus 0 is y, so y squared. Okay, so let's look at 3 examples here where we write the equation of the circle, just given something that looks a little bit different. So the first one is our easiest example. We are centered at the origin. So since that is the case, we're just going to say x squared plus y squared is equal to our radius squared. So now all we have to do here is square 7. So we get x squared plus y squared equals 49. And that would be our equation for number 1. Number 2, our center is no longer at the origin, so we need to use x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals our radius. So x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals our radius squared. So now this would be h, this would be k. So we're going to say x minus negative 4 squared plus y minus 5 squared equals 4 squared. Well, now over here with x, minus a negative becomes plus. So this becomes x plus 4 quantity squared. This stays as y minus 5 quantity squared. And 4 squared is 16. So that would be our final equation for number 2. Fix that to look a little bit better. There we go. All right, now for our last one. We don't know what the radius is because we are given the center of the circle and we are given a point on the circle. So if we were to draw just a little diagram here, let's say our center is here, and that is 1, 4, and a point on the circle would be right here, and it is 4, 1. So we need to find this distance right here. Well, it's a diagonal distance, so let's use the distance formula. Okay, so we can say distance is equal to, and we're going to subtract our x values. So I'm going to do the center x value minus the point on the circle x value, so 1 minus 4 quantity squared, plus, now I'm going to do the y coordinate of my center minus the y coordinate of the point on the circle. So now when we simplify this, we get negative 3 squared plus 3 squared. So negative 3 squared would be 9, 3 squared is 9. So our distance is equal to the square root of 18. Okay. Now that is also our radius. So now we can use our equation, x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals our radius squared. So now we know the center, so h is 1, k is 4. So we can say x minus 1 quantity squared plus y minus 4 quantity squared is equal to the square root of 18 squared. Well, the square root of 18, squared is just 18. So our final equation would be x minus 1 quantity squared plus y minus 4 quantity squared is equal to 18. Okay, and that is how you write the standard equation of a circle.